Hey you guys, it's Heather Powers and I am the Grateful Girl, or A Grateful Girl. You can go to my website, agratefulgirl.com, where my blog is. These videos are hosted there, but there's also a lot of the things that I just write about that are on my heart, and I would love to have you there. So agratefulgirl.com. Today I wanted to talk about a little issue that kind of keeps showing its face in different conversations that I have. Some in new conversations with new friends, and a conversation I had the other day with a friend that's kind of resurfaced in my life. And it seems like sometimes we have a really hard time having relationships with people that we don't necessarily see eye to eye with. And a lot of times it seems like when that happens, we don't know what to do with it, and so we say we love each other, but we're not able to commune with each other or have fellowship with each other because we see life differently or we see faith differently. And I think there's a way to do this. The more I think about love, and I think you guys all know that it's love. Love is our glue, the true essence of love. Perfect love casts out fear. Love is patient. Love is kind. It is not envious. It doesn't boast. It rejoices when good things happen. It believes all. It hopes for all. It endures all. It doesn't fail. That's the kind of love I'm talking about. When we're talking about that kind of love and the ability to not only receive that love from God and then pass it on to each other, I think we can hold a loving space in relationship for a multitude of differences. It's tragic when we have to part, and I know that in my own life because I have not had that awareness my entire life, and I have not acted in love and been able to hold loving spaces for relationships in my life. And as I grow in this, I am passionate about passing this on. It's a flame. It's a holy flame. It's a wonderful flame that binds us together and keeps us moving forward, recognizing the wonderful parts of each other, not holding each other in shame or condemnation for the parts that we're still in process on. Wanted to read something from Ian Van Zandt's book, and I think I've shared a little bit from this book before, but it says, love is a spiritual extension cord that connects each of us to all of us. We are not always consciously aware of the connection or of the fact that every life experience we have is designed to make us aware. In the meantime, while we are reconnecting to and through the miracle of love, we spend a great deal of time in fear and anger. This is the stuff that leads to the devastation we call heartbreak in our relationships. This is the stuff you must clear before you can find your way to the third floor of love. I love what she talks about because she talks about love being a house and it having different floors, that we want to live in love's house. I just blogged about this the other day. We can't pass love on if we haven't experienced unconditional love from this source of life that is coursing through everything on the planet and the universe and the things that we can see, the things that we can't see. And that's the first story of the house, is being able to just absorb that. In the second floor of the house, it's about learning to pass that on. We become a love flow into the other relationships that we have in our life. And we begin to understand that regardless of where we are in terms of agreement or disagreement with each other, we have a choice in any given moment to hold a loving space for each other. The Bible actually talks about love covering a multitude of sins, and I think what I've come to understand in a deeper way is that we don't have to scrutinize every bit of each other in order to really love each other and see this divine imprint of God in each living life. Love dictates that we operate differently with each other, and that we move forward in this place where we start operating in peace and harmony and joy. And this has a ripple effect not only in the close relationships that we have, but it begins to affect communities and states and countries. And I think the world, if we're willing to let it. I challenge you to live in love's house. I am Heather Powers, and I am a grateful girl, and I am not going back.